Hi everybody, this is David, and I love the Octopath series. Give me a world map, give me some job classes, give me some turn-based combat, and I am a happy camper. I don't really ask for much, and this series always delivers. And now we have a brand new interview with the producer and the director of Octopath Traveler 0, and they're spilling the beans on this game, telling us all about it. Now I want to tell all y'all about it too, and I definitely do think that's worth the sub as you come and you join our party and you level on up with me. With your sub, your like, and your brand new hype, it helps me out a ton, so thank you so much for that. So right now, this interview right here is really fascinating, and basically we found out, I didn't know this, but it seems that the entire reason why Octopath Traveler 0 was created was because of people whining on the internet, for lack of a better term. People saying, hey, you know, I really like this game, but can I get it on a console? And Square Enix answered them and said yes, they did want to do that, but they didn't just want to bring the mobile game itself to the console because, you know, they said if we just ported it exactly as it is, it would lack freshness. People who already played the mobile game wouldn't want to play the console game. People who aren't interested in mobile wouldn't want to play it on console either, so they're kind of like getting like the worst of all the worlds. So they said, you know what, we're going to take this game, we're going to take Champions of the Continent, and we're going to turn it into Octopath Traveler 0, so we're going to make it something that anybody can enjoy without having to have played the mobile, without having to have played, you know, anything else or any of the other games. That's why they also made it a prequel taking place before Octopath Traveler and before Octopath Traveler 2. Of course, it actually takes place in the same continent, same world, same sort of timeline as the first game as well. And also, not only that, they sent out a survey. They go on to say, it says, the fact that people answered in the survey that they were looking forward to the release of a home console version was great encouragement, and it really made me happy. I was planning to appeal to the company if their survey results were good, so the success of this grassroots activity may have been the catalyst for developing Octopath Traveler 0. So it wasn't just people being loud on the internet saying, hey, you know, let's get this thing off mobile, let's put this thing on console. Square even put out a survey about this, probably only in Japan, probably the first time I'm hearing about it, so maybe there might be another mobile game out there like Dissidia where they will put it on a console instead of mobile if we just ask enough and be able to put out surveys. So who knows? They go on to say, you know, hey, this is the third Octopath Traveler, but why is it 0? And they're saying, you know, the game's theme is starting from scratch, including the main character's character creation and creating and building up your own town, and also because it does take place in the same world, same continent as the original Octopath Traveler, and the story is also a prequel, it just makes sense to set it as 0 right there. It also goes on to say how much freedom does the player have in progressing through the story, because, you know, Octopath Traveler games, they're all about freedom. They're all about, hey, you can do whatever character's story you want in whatever order you want to. You can make them whatever job you want to. You can go out and you can grab these, you know, extra more powerful jobs if you want to. If you want to, you can even go through the game and just not recruit a certain character. I don't know why you would want to, but you could if you want to. So they say, hey, you know, we do have a high degree of choice here. You're free to choose which story to progress through. However, as you progress through a certain story, there may be other flags along the way that need to be cleared out first. There's a high degree of freedom, but the story is woven around various intertwining factors right there. Then they go on to say, you know, how much of this game is actually the mobile game? How much of it is new stuff? So they said that about half, 50% of Octopath Traveler 0 is brand new content. It'll be all brand new content for me because I never played the mobile game. I installed the mobile game, I had every intention of playing the mobile game, and then every time I whipped up my phone, I was like, that's a mobile game. And I just put it back, you know what I'm saying? So then they also go on to say, 30 to 40% of the main scenario is new, but the entire story has been revised based on the concept of you are the main character. All side quests and party chats have been completely rewritten, and new character voices have also been recorded. Then he says the battles between Octopath Traveler 0 and Champions of the Continent have a completely different feel to them, There are bosses in this game that are the same as those in the mobile game, but the level design has been completely redesigned. The number of monsters and boss characters is also incredible. He goes on to say, when I looked up the number of enemies that appear in this game, I remember being surprised and thinking, are there really that many? So yeah, tons of new bosses, tons of new monsters. Then they say the story is based upon about 60 or 70% of the main side story of the Orstera chapter of Champions of the Continent, but it also includes a story in which you yourself are the protagonist and you rebuild a destroyed town, so it's not a direct carbon copy of that game. The developments do occur at key points, and the characters that you meet have also changed. So I do think that people who have experienced Champions of the Continent will be able to enjoy it and see new and different things, new and different experiences. And then they say, get this, their playthrough of the game took about 100 hours. Then they say my own completion time was about 100 hours, but I only played through the main story and I didn't have a whole lot of time to spend on the side quests or on the town building, and yet they still got 100 hours out of this game. I know that there's a lot here because Champions of the Continent, plus, all new story stuff, like that's a lot to put into a game. So I am so looking forward to this. I got a chance to play this a couple of months ago back in LA, and oh my gosh, y'all, I cannot say enough good things about it. I only got a chance to really go through one town and one overworld section and one dungeon and one boss, but from what I saw and what I experienced, like, it is really freaking good, and I think that we have like a banger on our hands. Between this and between Dragon Quest 1 and 2, like, Square is really delivering. So I just wanted to let y'all know about this, and now I want to hear from y'all. What do you think about this game? Are you excited for Octopath Traveler like I am? Because I cannot wait. Let me know in the comments, and have a good day.